Welcome to Gamer 2 Cents, where we're the gaming bros, not the gaming pros. Happy March. Today marks the 1st of March. Yeah, happy March to you guys, Half and Comrade. And let's get...
March.
Alright, relax.
Marching our way through the year.
Alright, relax. We're gonna start off with our first topic is God of War Prime. They just post out the first screenshot. The fuck do you do this? Oh, here we go. It says, Father and Son, behold your first look at Kratos and Atreus in the God of War series now in production for Prime Video. Their journey to the highest peak begins. There you go.
It's actually Atreus, not Atreus.
Okay.
It's Atreus.
Atreus. I apologize.
I would expect the God of War superfan to know how to pronounce.
I don't give a
too.
fuck. Anyways,
Oh,
I'm gonna start for Comrade. I mean, not Comrade. Half. What do you think?
So just looking at this at first glance, I'm gonna start with Kratos here. I would give him 6.5, maybe a 7 out of 10. I think they could have got his mass a little bit better. He has broader shoulders. His nose, he doesn't have that Kratos nose. What are we talking about? What is Kratos? Greek? Roman?
yeah.
Roman, right?
Greek.
Sorry. He doesn't have that Greek nose. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but it's not. It's. I know the Kratos nose. His nose isn't like that. I think his facial features, his forehead around his eyebrows is a lot more pronounced. In this actor, it's not really there. This isn't a terrible Kratos, but I felt like they could have chose somebody better. Who could they have chose better? Off the top of my head, I probably would have chose, what's his name? Jason Mimosa. Is that his name?
Mimosa. Mimosa.
Jason and Mimosa.
Yeah, so you could tell I don't know actors for shit. I would probably choose Jason Mimosa for this. I think he would be a better fit. Also, Kratos' beard. His beard it doesn't look like the one that I see on Kratos. I'm trying to give it some leeway because his beard cannot be perfectly crisp like a video game. But I don't know. His beard isn't like the Kratos beard at the same time. Kratos' beard was a lot more maybe not even a lot more, but just more thick and full and had better shape, wasn't as rough. So yeah, my final verdict, I'd give this a 6.5 out of 10, 7 out of 10 if I'm being generous for what they did with Kratos. As far as the boy goes, I don't think they did a good job at all choosing the boy. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Who would like to tackle this next?
I mean, I'll go. Yeah, I'll go with it. Like I said, I agree a lot with what you said so far. Like I said, like what you said in Kratos. Kratos he looks more like I guess they looks more like he's got like I don't know, like it could be because he's scrouched down in this picture. So he looks more like he's got that beer belly rather than that like muscle toned that you would expect from like, a Greek god sort of thing. Which would be more of what they're leaning with for like the Thor and all those. That makes sense for those types of characters because they've always been like the me drinking, stocky, big build characters that are muscled, but muscled and with bellies. That might be what they're leading into more. I do agree with what you said about like the face and the beard. The beard just doesn't look like it has definition to it. It looks like it literally is just something that they just like glued onto his face because they needed to.
Right.
And boy looks like he's like 5 years old. Like
right.
Like he looks like, yeah, I don't know. Like they could have picked an actor. Like I get it. Like Atreus is young, and even Greeks and Spartans, like Greeks, who Kratos is a Spartan, they would train their kids young. I completely understand that. That's fine with me. Like they train those kids like literally to be soldiers from birth. But man, for the sake of the movie, boy looks like this. This is the boy who can't even hurt a little like butterfly. Would be sad about killing the butterfly.
Right.
Man, he's gonna probably sneeze. Boy looks like he's gonna sneeze and he's gonna die.
Yeah, he looks
Like,
soft.
yeah. I mean, even
Even though that's kind
in
of
the
strange to say for a kid, but you know what I mean.
well, no, I mean that's fine to say for a kid, yeah. But like even in the games, like I said, he was soft. Like his character was soft because it was for his character, but he didn't. He had actual like God of War features because he was the son of Kratos. He was a little bit more you know I guess like he felt like he could actually survive out in the world. This kid is not going to survive out in the world.
No, he's not.
But,
This kid is gonna be dying trying to make Play-Doh somewhere.
yeah, I'll leave it to you, Saab. What do you think?
It's a start, and I
Saab,
can't fully judge it. Yes,
go ahead, sorry.
I can't fully judge it from just a standstill, but I hope the acting's great. I hope it's solid like The Last of Us, but way better. Because you know how remember The Last of Us where the final was so short, they had long episodes, and then I guess they ran out of funding. But I hope God of War turns out to be the next top show. But like I said, I don't know. I don't think I have very much confidence in the director. Because God of War is gonna be there's gonna be a lot of projects, so the more God of War, the better. You know what I mean? As God of War fans, but yeah, that's how I see it. It is what it is now. Moving on. Oh wait, no, yeah, and yeah, this is the actors that have been chosen. They did choose a Balder comrade, Ed Screen. Screen. I don't know how to say that guy. He's the guy who was in Deadpool, the bad guy in Deadpool. You know what I'm talking about?
The crazy bad guy in Deadpool.
Yeah.
He plays a good psycho, and Baldur is a fucking psycho.
Yeah. So they got these other actors doing Sindri and Brock, so it's looking like it's coming together. Heimdall, like I said, I still want to see Oh man, Heimdall. Ooh, he got to me in the game, and I hope the actor does a good job in being the asshole. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping
I
for.
think all the other actors in this image that you sent, like all the other actors look like they got that look and that the vibe correct. It's just like I don't know. You got to see it when they're actually in makeup and actual character. Because this picture image of Ryan Hurst, when you side by side of Kratos, he looks the part. He looks good. Like he actually looks like he should. And then you go into the actual image back to that image of God of War, and I don't know, it just looks different and weird.
That's
Like
okay.
it doesn't look like the same as a side by side. Like when you look at the side by side, yeah, he's got he's got the nose, he's got the facial feature, he's got the beard, and then actually in game in the film screenshot it looks off. So I don't know. It might just be something.
It's just because we've been playing the God of War series for so long that we know what Kratos is supposed to look like, and when it transfers obviously to live action, it's gonna look a bit jarring. So that's okay. I'm alright with it. Because God of War's been around since the PS2 days, so you know what I mean? It's been implanted in our heads.
Yeah.
So yeah, moving on. Next, we're gonna talk about Mouse for Hire, and they released a statement. It says, "Hello everyone. Today we have an important update to share with you all. We have made the decision to move the release date of Mouse PI for Hire to 16 April 2026. Oh, I don't like when they do that type of date. As we approach the final stages of development, we want to ensure we are taking the extra time and care needed to make Mouse PI for Hire an experience to remember. We remain unwavering in our goal to deliver you the best game we can, and that will take just an extra few weeks. We are excited to share more of the game with you in the lead up to the launch or to launch. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for your incredible support, Fumi Games and Playside Studios.
Why are you giggling during this? What's
Cause
so fun?
Cause my dumbass, I add
Can't
words.
read?
I add
Yeah,
words.
because your dumbass can't fucking read.
That's true.
That's exactly
Yeah.
why.
Shut up. So yeah. I think this is good. There's too many games. There's way too many games, but this one stands out. Uh, what do you think, Half?
I'm totally fine with this. I have this game on my wish list. Like I
You
said,
do?
I think either last week or the week before this. I'm totally fine with developers pushing games back so we can get a nice, full, complete game and not a game that's just almost complete while they patch it up in, along the way, which is what's been happening with fighting games and probably a bunch of other games I can't mention right now. So I'm fine with this news. I'm looking forward to this game. Looks like a lot of fun. That's all I have to say there.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was just say, is this I don't know if this is is this supposed to be like a take on, since now that Steamboat Willie is now in public domain, is this supposed to be like a take on that sort of thing, Sub? Do you know? Because
I
even
didn't
in the
know
trailer,
nothing.
there's literally a steamboat named Willie, you know. So, they're trying to do the mouse overlords who cannot be named for copyright issues. Is this supposed to be like a take on that? I don't know,
Yes,
but
it
I
says
like
it.
to say this.
I'm reading it
Okay,
here on Wiki. It says yes.
okay, there you go. So this is a take on now that the mouse overlord is in public domain. Um,
The early one. Early one.
uh, Yeah, the early Mouse Overlord is in public domain. Yes, you're right, son. But yeah, no, it looks fun. Like I said, this is a fun, like, old school cartoon. It looks great. It looks like a lot of fun to play. So I'm excited for it. Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Each.
What?
huh?
What did Saab just say?
I say
I don't
beach.
know.
Anyways, next.
What about the beach? I love going to the beach. I love long walks on the beach, Saab. Thank you for noticing.
Anyways, next is talking about Wolverine got announced. How the fuck do I zoom in again, Comrade? Oh, never mind.
Control Plus. The same thing I tell you every single time on this podcast. Control Plus. It hasn't changed, and it probably never will. But I
Okay,
trust that one day you will remember.
I will not. So
I don't.
they announced that it's gonna come to PlayStation 5 console September 15th, 2026. Um, why did they announce it instead of at a state of play or any other event is actually kind of weird. That's one thing I got from this. Awesome, we got the news, but actually, another thing I noticed of this that it didn't say PC, and that's something we're gonna talk about later. Yeah, that's it. It's just an announcement. Half.
Um, I'm not really interested in this game, but I'm sure it's gonna be good.
Fuck you.
Um,
Fuck you.
yeah,
Why
not
aren't
really
you?
looking.
Why?
Um, it just doesn't seem like it'll appeal to me. Looks like it's just mainly focused on just blood and gore this time around.
Okay, and what the hell's the problem with that?
I mean, blood and gore is cool, but if that's your gimmick to why, your game should be played now, then it's like you're gonna have to give me more than that. But again, don't worry about my opinion. I am the minority here. Wolverine is a very critically acclaimed game. Origins, I mean, So I'm sure, or I'm assuming this one's gonna be done well. I'm gonna skip out on it, but I think if you're a fan of Wolverine, you would probably not want to miss this game. Comrade, do you have anything you want to say?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to elaborate on what you said. Yeah, basically, it's supposed to be like comic book accurate Wolverine is what this is leaning more heavily into. Where he is more, I guess, raw and gritty rather than like the Marvel Cinematic Universe version where, yeah, he's a little bit rough around the edges, but he's a lot more rough around the edges in actual other sources. So this is, and plus, since this is from Insomniac, and Insomniac has proven themselves to be a fairly competent company. Like they've got a lot of incredible games in their roster. So Saab, I'm sure, is looking forward to it because he loves Insomniac. Isn't that right, Saab?
Right, Saab?
Right, Saab? Is that right, Saab? If Saab, if you're still alive, blink twice.
I know, right?
Saab has been murdered. He is been no longer with us.
Stop sleep? Is he sleeping?
No, I
think
went
this
to
is the
take a
first
damn
time-
piss, and I thought Comrade was gonna take a while, but his ass actually finished early. Damn,
Yeah, that's
man.
crazy.
What's
That's
wrong with
crazy.
you? Take longer next time.
No. I like to keep my opinions short, concise, and to the point. Definitely have never gone over time limit, just ranting before, ever.
All right. Anyways, moving on. Over the week, during this early week, we had the release of Resident Evil Requiem, and the Steros here shows that major U.S. retailers have reported being sold out of physical copies of Resident Evil Requiem. They weren't the only ones to report that. This is awesome. It's awesome because people still want physicals. I had to make sure to double check. So here, I'm going to show on the screen, we're at Best Buy. See, this is a website. And just to show you, we're going to refresh that bitch. There you go. Resident Evil Requiem, PlayStation 5. Why the fuck is this taking so long to load? Yeah? Okay. There you go. Unavailable.
Stop needs to upgrade his internet. That's fucking crazy.
Shut your ass up. Anyways, PlayStation 5, unavailable. Sold out. The Switch 2 version, sold out.
Are you also trying to reload that one?
I don't know why it does that.
So we could wait here in silence for another
Shut
5
your
minutes
ass
while your
up.
internet loads the
Xbox
page.
Series X. You know, they don't have much physical versions of, the boxes around. But look, sold out. Go to Amazon. Refresh that bitch because I want to show ya. Amazon exclusive, temporarily out of stock. Deluxe edition, currently unavailable as well. And the other ones as well, they're sold out, I believe. Damn it! I clicked the wrong damn thing.
See, the thing about this is also, I don't know if
Unavailable.
it's just because maybe they just didn't have a lot of stock available, like raw. Maybe they didn't make a lot of stock because they didn't have confidence in the physical release.
No, Comrade, no.
That's
This is
also
a
entirely
huge
possible.
release. This is one of the biggest Here, not available, Walmart. And I can search the other ones. Same fucking thing. Here, Target. Sold out. Oh, it says here, one left at bullshit. I don't know why it says that. But yeah. So yeah, the physicals are sold out, but they have the shipping. You can get it by March 4th. But yeah, like in the stores, even GameStop has it sold out, I believe. Yeah. I think so.
Makes me wonder how many people actually also bought the digital version because
lot.
digital usually does sell a lot more. And
But
I'm just curious.
Majority
to
of
see the numbers.
retailers have sold out or are in low supply of Resident Evil Requiem. This is the biggest release right now. This is crazy, and I love it. You know, I love it because it shows people still want physical. What do you guys think? Half?
Yeah, good news. Sorry, I'm like making my pizza and stuff, but good news, yeah, that people want physical release. Um, I don't know. That's pretty much all I really have to say about that. Anytime physical gets promoted, that's always a good thing because we know the amount of control and power that is locked behind digital only games. So that's good news, and I expected you to be pretty happy too. Anything you want to add, Comrade?
That's right. I was just about to say how Saab is over the moon about this news because he hates digital games and he only wants physical games for his massive library collection that he of games that he never plays and it just has on his bookshelf and to look at. So Saab is over the moon with this news.
Yes.
Please tell me how over the moon you are about this, Saab.
Yeah.
Just because you're okay with digital being fully controlled doesn't mean we all have to be.
Well,
Well,
Word.
what?
yeah.
Well, what?
What?
What? Anyways, right
Well-
here, showing on. Damn.
Fuck.
Oh,
Anyways,
the pizza's winning. The pizza's winning.
so on the official, the official Resident Evil Twitter, they said on February 27th, we have uncovered some physical copies of Resident Evil Requiem in the halls of Capcom HQ, but we might not be alone. So they know the situation and they're just playing with it happily, you know? So it's cool. So they didn't just say, "Oh, if you sold out physically, you can always get it digitally." And I'm glad they're, putting acknowledging that. So yeah, so shut your ass up. I like physical. My bad. Damn. Moving the. Oh yeah, here we go. Another thing for Resident Evil. Now people are seeing how it's selling very well, obviously. So here on Circana, Matt Piscatella, Jesus, showing the sales of the top Resident Evil games in the U.S. So the first one is Resident Evil 4 OG. Love that game. I love it. I will buy another one. Okay,
If
Skyrim
it comes
fan.
out on physical only, though. Only if it comes out on physical. That's the only way that Saab would ever buy it.
Okay, Skyrim fans. Hey, no, I bought that Resident Evil 4 VR digital because I had to.
All right, go on.
Next is Resident Evil 5. Comrade had played that recently with Lucas. Comrade, did you enjoy that?
There was a lot of shenanigans that unfolded that may or may not have been caused by me. But yeah, we had a great time.
Yeah. So next is Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. I love that game too. Resident Evil 6 is number 4. Comrade has not yet played that with Lucas. So they should play that.
That's
we'll
the
see if
other
they
co-op
do.
one, I believe, right?
Correct.
That one's
And
fun.
Yeah.
The 5th one, oh, look at that. That one's fun. And then Resident Evil Village is the 5th. So yeah, we'll see how well this Resident Evil sells and see if it becomes part of the top 5. I don't think Resident Evil 4 OG will be surpassed. Possibly. I might be wrong. But if they release another Resident Evil 4, the OG for PS5, it'll just sell another million probably. So I love that game. I will rebuy that game, okay? Skyrim fans. I know y'all will rebuy y'all shit. Because they, the re-releases, they always buy the re-releases.
Well, yes, that's true. Yes.
So yeah.
If they release Resident Evil 4 on another platform, like another new platform, like what is it? Skyrim is on literally everything in existence. Now they've released it officially on do that with Resident Evil, make a bunch of money. Capcom will be fine.
They did. Resident Evil 4 OG released on Switch a while ago. That was the newest platform it released on. But yeah. Moving on. Next, we're gonna talk about Overwatch Rush. It's a game that's made by a small dedicated team. Oh yeah, I should actually show this shit. Here you go. Let's show this shit. Damn it!
Well, a small dedicated team.
Hold on! I'm trying to show the damn video. This damn man, yo. Damn. Anyways, this is small dedicated team inside Blizzard working on this. So it's an in-house project. It is made from the ground up for mobile, and it has an over-the-top camera, as you can see, and it is a 4v4. I don't know who this is designed for. I'm pretty sure it's the new generation kids or for the mobile, which makes sense. Other regions, they don't really have consoles or PCs, so they can stick more to mobile. So I understand this play. So yeah, that's I think you could sign up for the, what does it say, Comrade? Can you sign up for like to be playing it or no?
No, not yet.
Yeah, right
this
here.
is literally just this is
As
furthermore,
says,
this is literally only a hey, look, we're making this game.
says it right here. As we prepare for testing Overwatch Rush in select countries and regions, check out our official for updates, which I'm going to assume they're going to probably announce something. Hey, we got playtesting open. You can sign up to have a chance. So, yeah. So,
Yeah, but not yet.
not
That's
yet.
not happened yet.
So, Half, what do you think?
What are you talking about? Top 5 best-selling Resident Evil games?
No,
no,
bitch.
Overwatch
Oh, you went
Rush.
to do Overwatch Rush. Yeah.
Yeah,
Overwatch.
you went to do your pizza. We talked about Overwatch Rush, the Overwatch mobile game.
My bad.
It's okay.
How dare you have a
Can I
life?
pass?
You're not
I
allowed to
haven't
have.
played it.
While we're on this podcast, you're not allowed to have a life.
Yeah, you're not allowed to have a life.
You know me, I don't play Overwatch, and I also am not a
Yes,
fan
I
of,
respect you.
yeah, I don't play Overwatch, and I'm not really a particular fan of mobile games, mostly because they kind of lean into that I don't know. Again, I don't know shit about this. Is it a gacha game? Do I have to roll for heroes and stuff?
That's a good question. We don't know
That is
nothing.
so-
We don't know
Yeah.
nothing. This is early. This is early.
Well, I would say my
That-
suspicions, just based off the fact that it's going mobile, isn't a good thing. I don't like mobile games for the most part, so that's all I really have to say. Not much, but you got anything you want to say, Comrade?
He's got
Yeah, well,
more.
based
Let's
on
see,
that
let's see.
interaction with you, how clearly Saab has zero respect for me, so fuck that guy, because I do like playing Overwatch, so fuck you, Saab. Overwatch, entertaining game. This, however, I think is kind of funny because originally Overwatch was 6v6, now Overwatch is 5v5, and now they're doing the mobile, which is 4v4. So what's next? They're going to put a patch that's 3v3. What's going on? They just keep going less and less and less every single iteration of Overwatch, which I think is kind of funny.
Yeah, that's
But
odd.
even watching this, it's like very different. Like the characters and abilities, how they work is obviously very much going to be different than how they work in the main base game. You can see that in the trailer. I'll be interested to see how it works out. I don't think this is going to be a thing that I'm going to play actively because I'm not a huge fan of playing mobile games like this. But this is definitely will probably draw in a new crowd of new audience for Overwatch. I definitely think it's not wrong to try to do it, but I'll probably stick with the main game.
You know what's interesting in this? Mercy can heal and shoot at the same time. You know what? Bring that update to the main game. She's
That's the
shooting
other thing is like,
one hand and is healing with the other. I said, you know what? I like that. Bring it to the main game.
Well, see, that's the other thing is I was looking at this is like, how are they dealing with flying characters? Because this is like a top-down view. Like, how are you gonna? If it's a top-down view, how are you gonna have characters like Mercy and Pharah and the Jetpack Cat who are just constantly flying in the air be able to get shot if it's a top-down perspective?
It's probably like automatic when you target it, the character themselves. If it's a flying character, it just aims up. So I can understand that. That's pretty simple. But no, the best thing is the Mercy thing, bro. You're not going to acknowledge that? She can heal and shoot at the same time? Why not bring that to the main game?
Because that'd be too OP.
How is it OP? She has a fucking, like, pea shooter.
Mercy's pea shooters fucking headshots. She can kill. She's better than some DPS.
I know what they could do. This will be an idea. They bring that where she can heal and shoot at the same time. However, the healing is by half if you use one hand, and then if you fully commit to two hands, it fully heals like 100%.
This has been brought to you by another take on where Saab gives his opinion on mechanics in games that he doesn't play and absolutely hates, where he decides to say that he thinks he knows better than the company that's been making games for over 25 years.
Yes, we do, because they
Thank you
went back to
Thank you for
Overwatch 1.
listening.
They went back to
listening
Loop.
Saab's hot takes on games that he knows nothing about. Moving on to the next topic of things that Saab might actually know about.
No. We know about it because they brought back the normal number of players. They brought back Overwatch 1. They brought back loot boxes. We all know what is better right now. Surprisingly, usually I don't think fans know much, but in this case,
you think you know better about every single fucking game that you play. You think you have the right opinion that they should listen to you. That's like every single damn game you play. You think, oh, they should have done this. It's like, and then when I call you out, you say, you go back to the things like, oh, fans don't know shit because they're dumb.
They are. They are.
Yeah.
No offense. I'm just
being
a dad.
And you don't know shit, and you're dumb.
I'm being a dad. I'm just being realistic. Moving fucking on.
Thank you.
We're talking about so we had that whole drama where Bluepoint closed, right? Jason Schreier, he's got his big connections. He's a big time video game talker. Says Sony's Bluepoint pitched Bloodborne remake before closure. And here what he's saying is basically what he reports on. Damn it. Give me a moment. So obviously Bluepoint beforehand with their closure were working on a God of War live service. And they're the ones who pitched it, Bluepoint, okay? Everybody remind, it was Bluepoint who pitched it, not Sony forcing them. Yeah, that's the management. Anyways, it says here, Bluepoint began working on a game in which the character Atreus, our Comrade, you making me fucking...
I'm making you say it the correct way. Is what I'm making you say it.
Atreus.
But go ahead. Yeah.
Atreus. How was it?
You said it right the first time, and then you went back and said it wrong the second time.
Anyways, Bluepoint began working on the game in which the character Atreus would fall into Hades, according to people familiar with the project. So a loose idea was for players to control different versions or aspects of Atreus, which sounds neat actually, as they battle through Greek hell, and to have some sort of cooperative gameplay and ongoing support, although much of the game's design was in flux. That sounds actually pretty neat, I'm not gonna lie. What else? Bluepoint, before they even shut down, as a reminder, they, after the live service God of War game was canceled, they pitched some ideas. They pitched, as it says here, I'm gonna have to find, sorry guys, I don't know where,
see, Saab doesn't organize things.
I do organize, I just forget where the, alright, There we go. Happy. So obviously, fuck, not that one.
See, I was happy, but then you said it's not that one, so now I'm not happy anymore. I'm very disappointed, actually.
Oh my god, it was right here.
Oh man, yeah. See, that's what I've happened.
Here we go. No.
Everything ahead of time.
All right. Anyways, the studio, they had pitched an updated version of Shadow of the Colossus. And Comrade's like, they already did that. Because he loves
Shadow. That is exact. Those were my exact words. And I played the one that they remade. It was great. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yes, he loves.
But I don't need another one.
However, they did pitch another, which I'm going to assume it's a remake for PS5 generation, but I think Sony didn't, that just made no sense even to us if we were to read about that. They also talked about doing a spin-off of Ghost of Tsushima, but that wasn't greenlit. Also, I don't know if you guys know if Bluepoint was to want to ask to work on a IP of another company, they would have the say to say yes or no as well. I don't know if anybody knows that. So if they wanted to do Uncharted, Naughty Dog would be like have to say yes or no in the end. If Sony, even if Sony approved it,
I
they
think
would have to
that's
ask.
is that what you were saying about the Bloodborne? Isn't that what happened with that
That's
as
what we're
well?
moving
Like,
up to. So they had
okay.
pitched Bloodborne. Sony basically that made sense. That they my God, I'm so bad at this right now. I'm sorry, people. Comrade.
But basically, what you're saying is Sony pitched the Bloodborne,
No.
Bluepoint Games pitched Bloodborne to Sony, and everyone
Right
around
here.
right now is getting mad at Sony for literally getting this news. Like, oh wait, you mean you fired the studio
Hold
after they
on.
wanted to make a Bloodborne game?
Yes.
And everyone
So
is getting mad at Sony, but we've discovered
I'm
news
going
that
to
apparently
say
it
that
wasn't
he's
even
repeating
Sony's
shit.
fault.
I'm gonna say it anyways. In early
Well,
2025,
technically, you're the one who's repeating me because I said it first.
I said it. Anyways, when Bluepoint again pitched the idea of Bloodborne remake, the studio was told the numbers made sense. The studio, obviously Sony, telling them that makes sense. But From Software didn't want it to happen, according to people familiar with the process. Now, this is funny because it was From Software, obviously. And people always blame Sony. A lot of the stuff that people blame Sony, when things get spoke about, like when we hear more details later down the line, it seems like they did make the right choices majority of the time, because Sony owns the IP of Bloodborne, right? But they're not gonna force it because they want to respect how do you say that? How do you say his name, Comrade? Mizuyaki?
Oh, I am not.
Hidetaki?
That's all you thought.
So yeah. So the Bloodborne game is his baby. Like, it's something that's like immensely close to his heart compared to any From Software game. Not even Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Sekiro. Nothing is close to his heart like Bloodborne. This is very well known. And I'm pretty sure, obviously, they asked him and he said no. And who do we blame? Everybody wants to blame Sony. But Sony, obviously, we're good with it. So it's like people are blaming Sony, saying they're dumbasses and shit, but they're trying to respect Mizuyaki and his wishes, because Yoshida was on podcasts, and his theory was that he thinks that Sony didn't want to push it because they want to respect the creator wishes, basically. You know, they don't want to trample all over it, because when they did Demon's Souls, they asked From Software and they said, yeah, sure, go ahead. That's how that got greenlit. It wasn't just Sony, they're the ones who had that IP, and then, yeah, go make it, we don't need to ask them. No, they actually asked From Software. So Sony they have a lot of respect for a lot of companies they work with, unless they get disrespected, obviously, aka Nintendo. But yeah. Anyways, this is a big news.
What's you?
Thank you.
Anyways, this was big news. This was big news this week because everybody always trampled on Sony as per usual, because they're the top. They're easy to stomp on. But yeah, what do you think of this, Half?
F is focused on something else entirely.
He's thinking. He's thinking about his thought. It's gonna be profound. It's gonna be deep. Watch. You're gonna hear.
Waiting.
I'm waiting with
I'm
bated
waiting
breath.
to be enlightened.
Bated
You
breath.
guys ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I think it's just unfortunate. A lot of people asked for a Bloodborne remake in HD. Well, 60 frames per second, I guess, for better words. For just the overall cleaner experience. And without really going into detail, this is just too bad. I was even speaking to Saab about wanting to try Bloodborne, but because the game is on currently only on 30 frames per second, it's really difficult when it comes to like when I'm watching them fight bosses, like it just looks like a cluttered mess. And if a game came out with 60 frames per second and it was on the level of Liza P where I could have better visual cues and like see things coming, I would definitely buy the game again. But because it's not that and it's 30 frames per second and it's outdated, it's really rough. It would be really rough for me personally to get into. So yeah, this is just too bad. A lot of people was hoping for this. It's too bad it's not happening. I don't know if people are going to be smart enough to do enough deep dive or article reading to know it's not Sony, because people usually just want to be mad at something and don't really care to do a lot of digging beyond the surface level. But yeah, that's just too bad. That's all I really have to say about that. I know it's not really much, but that's it. Comrade, you got anything you want to say?
Yeah, no, I think you nailed it on the coffin. That's the real my biggest take. It's sad. Like I said, I don't think people are gonna realize that. Everyone's just gonna assume to blame the Sony, but not realizing that's actually Sony, respecting the creator's wishes, did not want to make a remake. But if they ever do make a remake, I'm sure, like I said, like myself, a lot of people would want to purchase it and play it out.
Mhm.
So
You know
back
what
to you.
really bothers me about this is that if they didn't want to make them the remake, it doesn't seem like they ever pitched the idea saying, "Hey, we can just make a 60 frames patch and bring out a PS5 version, just the 60 frames," you know? And I wonder, it doesn't, Jason Schreier, he's deep, he's got connections, I say, and it doesn't seem like that simplification of just doing a patch um, ever came down. And that's why I'm confused. Because people love this game. This is known as the best Souls game. And obviously when they all want 60, like y'all say, and they still play it. People still play to this day, even with the 30. They're trying to get a native PC version, which I think they did a while ago. And there was a 60 frames patch if you had a hacked PlayStation 4. Something recalling, and Sony sent a cease and desist. And then that built up rumors last year for a Bloodborne remake. So that's why everybody was so excited, because why would Sony send a cease and desist for the 60 frames mod, right? So yeah, it was very confusing. So yeah, I don't know. I still don't understand why they just didn't ask. I'm pretty sure he would have said, okay, that's fine. But maybe not. It's his baby, so he might not even with a patch. But yeah, dumbfounding. Dumbfounding. Moving on.
Please, yeah, move on.
More PlayStation news.
PlayStation is popping off in the news now.
Well, we haven't talked about Xbox as well. That's big. It's just a lot of big news going around. Jason Schreier, Sony. Damn it. Sorry. Sony could be pulling away from PC ports for their single-player games, with Schreier even suggesting that Wolverine would never release on the platform. And it says, quote from him, "I think the sense I'm getting is that they're backing away from putting their exclusive console stuff like traditional single-player titles on PC," unquote. Then we move on to showing another screenshot. MBG showed, what the hell? Yeah, so it says here, Nate DeHay also...
MBG showed the hell. That's right. Hell has been shown. So thank you for pointing that out.
Nate DeHay also backed up shortly after saying their strategy is absolutely changing. John Linneman, that's the guy on Digital Foundry, also pointed out Sony removed beyond the console from their strategically Anyways,
Keep
emphasize indicators recently. This comes not too long after God of War Sons of Sparta, a game many expected to be on PC, only released on PS5, if you didn't notice. So here you go, showing they're talking here. Jason Schreier says, I mean, it's not speculation, but sometimes topics come up on the show before I'm quite ready to publish a story about them. More to come soon, I'm sure. Thanks for listening. Nate DeHay here says Sony is shifting their PC strategy. Absolutely. And I heard John Linneman. I was listening to the Digital Foundry podcast, and he was saying that they're connected with the industry as well, but they try not to speak rumors and stuff or start rumors much, unless somebody else speaks it first. So pretty sure John Linneman talked about it because it was going around Jason Schreier. So yeah, let me give my take. I think this is terrific. And I had this conversation earlier with Comrade, but I think it's terrific because it makes no number sense with all PC parts or just parts getting so expensive. If you start releasing a $700 console and people, and that is, you need the honey to attract, the customers or whatever. You need some incentivized stuff, and single player games is it. Because if they wait on PC, it doesn't really sell on PC. Numbers have been shown. It doesn't sell. People really just wait until the sales and they buy it. That's it. They don't fully buy it for full price. They just buy something at full price, like a streamer game of the month of $8, which is the maximum, unless you're really cheap and you wait for it to go to $4, and then they just pay full price for that. That's my always look on Steam. I don't think Steam users really buy full price games. I think this is a great strategy because parts are getting more expensive. You need something, and Nintendo does it. I don't care what anybody says. You have to treat Nintendo like everybody else. You have to be fair. You can't say, "Well, that's Nintendo." No, you can't. You can't do that. That just no. And also, we also got a preview of what would happen to PlayStation if they were to continue the PC push. Xbox is a great look. Their console sales has been going down 60% almost every time. They're not selling consoles. They're only surviving because it's Microsoft money. People don't understand that. They keep talking about, oh, Microsoft is doing it, Xbox is doing it. Bro, Sony does not have the pockets like Microsoft. Are you, like, stupid? Or are you stupid? But yeah, that's my take. I think this is great. It brings competitiveness. Anyways, yeah. What do you think, Comrade?
I am on the opposite end of this whole idea that you are, because I think it's not a good business decision. Because contrary to what you said, yes, Steam does and get like you said, a lot of people don't buy games until they're on sale on Steam, but also there's basically these games get visibility on an entirely different market of gamers that didn't intend to buy a PlayStation, but now they're able to buy Sony games. They're able to get Sony products on their own console or on their own platform. Sorry, on their own platform. So that's an entirely different market of gamers that are able to buy it. Plus, yes, you're right. Most gamers don't buy things until they're on sale, but usually when there is a sale, it's been proven that a considerable amount of revenue goes into every single Steam sale. Like sales, go triple, even double that of which they would have when they were full price. Like companies do get lots of revenue from Steam and from these games that go on sale. That's been proven. So I think I don't understand this business decision because, like you said, they don't have to invest in the tech that you're saying because tech is already really there. They just need to publish these on the platforms. The only way that this might make sense to me is maybe PlayStation is trying to do their own sort of market. They might try to do the same thing like Steam does. They might have their own PlayStation market that they've been doing, because we've seen those rumors of those or those leaks of the PlayStation port where you can buy on both PlayStation and PC. I remember we had an article on those one of the last couple of weeks where there was a leak. But like I said, I don't know. I haven't seen those lately. I haven't seen much about that lately. So I don't understand this from a business side standpoint. It's just more revenue in their pocket, and now they're pulling out of that revenue, and I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me.
That's
how
how
about
I
yourself,
feel.
Half? Yeah,
That's exactly how I feel about it. I don't think this move is going to be worth what they think it's going to be worth in the future. I think they're just shooting themselves in the foot and hurting themselves. I'm a PC player. I have a PS4. I didn't get a PS5 because of how it was rolled out and the lack of games on there. So for me, if I see a game that's exclusive to PS5, I'm not gonna think in my head, let me shell out an extra $400 to $500 to get a PS5 for this specific game. No, I would just say fuck it and wait till it comes on PC. Or if it's not coming on PC, then I cut my losses and I'm not getting the game. Um, but yeah, I think not putting it on PC because you want to move everybody to the exclusive PS5. I feel like you guys, Sony, whoever, they're way too late to be doing that. You guys should have did that way beforehand. You're just now doing that after everything that's happened. Like you're late to the punch there, and it's not worth it. The juice is not worth the squeeze, in my opinion. That's all I have to say there. And that's that. Want to go to the next topic, Saab?
Hell no.
Unless
Because
Todd wants to argue with us about this.
hell no.
He has strong opinions on how Sony is amazing and how much he loves this move by Sony.
So people think they know what they're talking about because they play on Steam. They're only viewing it from Steam. They don't view it. They view it as gamers. They don't view it as what business sense. Like I said, perfect example is Xbox. Their consoles are not selling shit. However, they're only surviving because it's Microsoft. But most people don't say that. They're like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't even answer. You don't even talk about that. Like, you just say this is a dumb move. But it's like, we have an example. Xbox is not selling shit. What the fuck do you want? You want Sony to do the same thing and then they disappear? They're a powerhouse player. They are a powerhouse player. What do you want? You want them to spend $700? And what Comrade said, it's only true for Sony when it comes to Helldivers. Helldivers sold full price $40 because people on PC actually fucking play multiplayer games and they go viral. Other than that, the single player actually hasn't been selling very well on PC. And also, yes, it could be plans change. Xbox could be releasing their new console, whatever the fuck it is, hybrid, and it's got all the stores. And if they keep releasing their single player on Steam, Steam gets a 30% cut, obviously. Who the fuck wants to give them 30% cut? That's one thing. And you can play PlayStation games on Xbox, won't you? So it's strategic. Everything's moving, always moving. I know you guys think it's dumb, but it's like, you guys don't even pick on Nintendo. You're just talking about Sony. Just like I had an argument, Comrade, or not an argument, it's talking, where PC players, I think they're kind of idiots because they were bitching about how the VR, PSVR 2, oh, you need a PS5 to play that. Why don't you do this and that? But then they don't pick on Steam where they're at. The Steam index is about $1,000 if you want, like, all that shit, and you can only play it on PC. Why can't they allow it to be played on PS5? It could go both ways. It's a two-way street. I don't give a fuck. You gotta be fair. You gotta be fair.
You kind of derailing a little bit, and also from the main topic of this, but also yes, like you make some good points, but also like it's
be
still
fair.
the
Be
PC
fair,
market.
Comrade. Be fair.
I'm
Be fair.
I'm
Be
completely
fair.
fair, and I'm fair. But the point is basically Sony already dipped their toes into this. They didn't just dip their toes; they fucking have like 2 feet in the water of the PC market, and now they're just completely saying, "Screw it, the water's too cold. We don't want to do it." That's like massive amount of investment that they already put into it, and now they're just abandoning the project. That's strange to me. In which case, they might be going saying, "Hey, we're pulling all our games off of markets like Steam because they might be releasing their own sort of PC market. That might be something interesting." Like, and we don't know, but also it's adding all that stuff about the Steam Valve Index, that's kind of derailing it. That's not the point of this topic. That's completely different set of topics that you're going for.
No,
but yeah,
it
like
is.
Pat said,
It makes sense because people on Steam think that, oh, put it on Steam and we'll be fine, right? But when it's a two-way street, they don't say, oh, Valve, how about you release your games on the consoles? They don't do that. It's about being fair, Comrade. This is the
Valve
PC.
can't
This is the
prove-
Steam community that speaks like this. It's not about. It's fair, Comrade. If you view it, that's fair. I'm being totally fair.
I'm talking about fair. Yeah, well, all right. Well, why is it not fair that Sony can only do exclusive, but Steam can't? You're saying Steam is allowed to do exclusive, but Sony can't?
Comrade, I
Like,
asked you, why don't they ask Valve to do it? Why always PlayStation? Why not Nintendo? Why not say, hey, Nintendo, put your Pokemon game? Why is it always Sony that has to be the sticking figure?
Sony,
Why?
no one's saying
Why?
that. Sony
I'm
was
asking
the
you.
well, because Sony was the one who chose willingly, without any pushback, said, "Hey, we're gonna release our games on Steam." That was their choice. No one said, "Hey, do it." Sony did it, and then after that, people were asking, "Oh, why did you only release one game? Why don't you release the rest of them?" And Sony continued to release a few other ones, but now they're saying, we don't want to do it anymore. And now everyone's like, why? That's weird. Why are you pulling back after you already invested a significant amount of resources porting your PC, your console games to a PC port to release on Steam, and now you're pulling back away from that? Everyone's questioning it. It makes perfect sense. It's not a whether or not, it's not a thing like, it's not a, oh, now Steam has to release all their games on PlayStation because PlayStation released their games on Steam. It's not a Nintendo needs to release their games on PlayStation and Xbox and computer. Now it's not that. It's literally a, well, why are you going half-assed? Why are you fucking going? Why is your gun half-cocked to pull the trigger on this move where it could potentially give you a whole new market, could potentially give you a significant amount of resources, significant amount of like revenue, sorry, not resources, but significant amount of revenue, and then you decided, you know what? I don't want to do it anymore. I changed my mind. It's like it's a confusing move. I don't know why.
Is it confusing?
That's my point.
Is it confusing?
Yeah,
Didn't we have an example of Didn't we have an example of Xbox doing it? Remember, I brought that up, but yet you don't talk about that. Remember, they had massive layoffs at the Xbox division over years. Why, Comrade? Because they stopped making exclusives. If it doesn't work for Xbox, who fucking has deep ass pockets, what in your head makes it work for PlayStation? I'm trying to understand your point, but there's proof. It doesn't work fully. Like, people hate layoffs, okay? Gamers always talk about, oh, will you lay off? So if PlayStation would dilute their shit, they would have to fire a lot more people like Xbox did. Xbox diluted their shit, so they had massive layoffs every year. You know this. Comrade, I understand you're trying to make a point, but we have prime examples. I don't understand how you don't see that.
First of all, Xbox is all, like you said, Xbox has that Microsoft money. Xbox has always been trying to do the whole double market. Oh, that's always been a thing for the entire its entire lifespan. Xbox has always been that double market because Microsoft has always been the computer company. I don't know if Half has any opinions on this as well. Like, Half, you're welcome to chime in. You've kind of, we've kind of been arguing back and forth, but you're welcome to chime in on this as well if you got something.
I was trying to think of a rebuttal to Saab's point where he brought up Xbox. Can't think of nothing off the top of my head though. I was gonna say something petty towards Xbox, but we're gonna be adults here. So I'll just say that Saab brought up a good point there. And I don't know. I still feel the same way as you, Comrade. I think, two things can be true at once. But overall, I don't think this is I don't think this is a good marketing move for Sony. That's how I feel personally.
That's the thing is like, yeah, I agree with you, Saab. Like, yes, you're right. It did not work out for Xbox, but that doesn't mean that Sony is in a completely different financial situation, completely different uh, than Xbox is. Like you said, Xbox always had that Microsoft money, so they can just do something and they could throw their weight around and say, "Oh, it's okay, Microsoft will have our back." But my whole point of this is like Sony did already invest a significant amount of financial revenue into converting their games to Steam, and now it's just like that's like millions of dollars that they threw at something, and now it's gone, wasted because they decided to back out. This is going to lead to several layoffs. This is going to lead to several negative implications for Sony as a company and their console division because they just abandoning a plan halfway through. That's my whole point of this is like it's not going to give them the revenue that they hoped because they're not going at it full force. Like they just sort of like dip their toe in and then decide, fuck, screw it, we're out. They didn't give us the $1 million that we wanted, so we're going away. That doesn't make sense financially. I don't know. That's where I'm going at this. Like I agree with you on the Xbox front. That's true. I agree with that, and like Half agrees with that. That's a good point. That you're correct. But to me at least, it's they're in a different state. Like Xbox is able to do all these things because they have that massive Microsoft money. Sony does not have that Microsoft money. Yeah, it's a big company. Yeah, it's a huge player. I agree, but it's not that big player. Same thing with Nintendo. If Nintendo ever did decide, hey, we're gonna start releasing our games on PC, they don't have the money that like Microsoft has. They can't just say we're gonna release one single game and then maybe never again. And it's like it would be a significant investment for Nintendo to do that, and then to just decide to back out after only a little bit, it's strange to me. It doesn't make sense from a business standpoint.
All we got to do is wait and see. I think they're doing a good thing, and you don't think so. So let's agree to disagree. Moving on, Comrade. Continue the next topic, please. Oh, do you got anything else to say, actually?
No, you can go. You can move on.
Yes, I know you're black and beautiful. But besides that, what else?
Move on. Nothing else.
All right, Comrade, take it from here.
All right, moving on to that topic is a little bit close to me. I like Assassin's Creed Hexa's director Clint Hawking has left Ubisoft. This is actually huge news because this is another after the previous wave of leaving from Ubisoft company that was also part of the Assassin's Creed. This is not looking great for Ubisoft in general. Hawking was another director that had a lot of incredible games, basically. Like, for example, other than just Assassin's Creed, he was one of the people who did Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. One of Saab saying you said that's one of the better Splinter Cell games.
Everybody says that's the best one still.
All right, Far Cry 2, one of the better
technical
Far Cry's.
Technical marvel there at the time.
Yeah, and Watchdog Legions, which is I don't know, I haven't heard too much about that one, but it's the sequel to the original Watch Dogs, which
I can assume he saved. I can assume he saved it to his best.
Yeah. Other notable things that he's worked on per the Assassin's Creed brand was obviously Assassin's Creed Origins and Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which
did
are
he?
quite literally hailed as the two best Assassin's Creed games.
Did he?
Yeah, previously directed Assassin's Creed Origins and Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It says that in the article, but also it is also one of his achievements. Yeah. So he was one of the ones that was working on several of the other Assassin's Creed titles, but now he's been basically asked to leave, basically asked to step aside
Are you sure?
Is what several. That's what several rumors are saying that.
No,
they've been
he
asked
didn't
to
work
step
on
aside.
He didn't work on those games.
Yeah, he did.
It says it right here.
That's fine. Like I
It's
said,
probably the
he
new directors. It's the new directors, probably. Anyways, continue. I apologize for interrupting you. I'm
yeah.
quite rude.
Essentially, it's concerning. Like I said, that basically he was working with the previous director, who was also laid off in a similar manner, where they were asked to step aside from this position, uh, which we reported on last week. That was the name that I absolutely butchered. I don't even want to try anymore because Saab gave me so much shit for it last time.
What are you talking about? Are you drunk?
You remember last week? The what? Gosh,
His brain's not braining.
Mark Alexi Cote.
Nice. Good job.
He's
Continue.
trying to say the word to so you know what he's talking about, but he can't say the word because it's so hard to pronounce.
I think he
Mark
did his best.
Alexi Cote.
All right. Now continue.
Oh, gosh. Now I'm gonna get so much more shit from Saab, even though he peer pressured me and bullied me into saying it and butchering it. Thanks a lot, Saab. But yeah, this is a concerning fact for you, basically Ubisoft, because a lot of their heavy hitters they've been sort of pushing aside and kicking out of the company, and it's strange and concerning for basically the direction that Ubisoft games are going, not just Assassin's Creed in general, because this is also hurting the development of the game that was apparently the Assassin's Creed game that was the most furthest in development and most recently
Hex?
coming out, which was Hex.
What the fuck is this? I'm the first
It
time
was
I'm hearing it.
basically supposed to be like a Salem witch trials sort of
A horror game?
assassin. Yes, supposedly they were trying to lean more into the horror of it, and it was weird to say the least. And not a lot of people had a lot of faith in it. And now the fact that literally the best director that they have on the Assassin's Creed franchise is leaving the project, now there's even less faith in this. So I'm concerned about it, like I said, and concerned for the rest of the series and whatever other products Ubisoft have, honestly, because it's strange that all these big names are choosing to leave rather than be put into other positions. I don't know. I don't know if you have anything to think about this, Half. If you've played any of the Ubisoft games or what you think about all these directors leaving.
It's sad. It's not good news. I didn't know he was the creative director behind Splinter Cell, Chaos Theory, and Far Cry 2. I played Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, and I like that game a lot. As a matter of fact, I like the Splinter Cell series in general. But yeah, this is just sad, man. It's just too bad when you see people who have a huge influence or are really good at their job, with this guy being a creative director, leaving. And seems like a lot of just game developers have just been either retiring or just walking away or getting laid off this past year or two, for whatever reason. So it's just too bad. That's all I could really say there. Who am I passing this to?
Cat.
Saab?
Saab?
Your cat.
Saab?
You're passing it to your cat.
All right, what does your
Wow.
cat have to say about this topic?
My cat is currently locked in the bathroom dealing with penitentiary chances right now because he has climbed on my cabinet, climbed on my counter, went in my cabinet, and ate up my rotazzoni, my pasta, and I'm not happy about that. So my cat cannot speak at this time.
The cat is officially part of the creed. You will get punished. Half. Right, Comrade?
Okay.
Yes, after this, we're gonna lock you in the bathroom as well because that's what Saab demands. He said you need to be punished, so we're gonna lock you in the bathroom.
Gotta be careful how I talk about my cat. I don't want PETA to come after me or anything.
Anyways, yo, speaking, I didn't know this hex thing was about a witch thing and horror, more horror. Dark and witch entry. I did not know that. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, now, like, it would have been interesting, I agree, but now I'm not so interested in this because it's not looking good for it.
All
I don't know
right.
if it ever even will come out anymore because that's news.
Probably. It's a flagship, so yeah, they're gonna have to. Moving on, we're going to talk about game impressions. Hold up.
Yay, game impression.
Hold up.
Nice. That means we're at the end. I stayed awake throughout the whole podcast.
I'm so impressed that you managed to stay awake this time.
I'm impressed you have to be an adult.
Thank you, comrade. Thank you, bud.
Anyways.
I know Saab will never acknowledge you, but I will.
So recently, okay, I'm gonna call myself out per usual, but this one was really stupid. So Comrade knows I have been fucking pissed off trying to play High Guard, right? I enjoy that game. I'm just trying, I like getting my trophies. And I was son of a bitch. I was pissed because I need to get this trophy. It's called Send the Regards. Eliminate 77 enemies with legendary weapons. Man, I was saying, oh man, I got that LMG. I've been getting kills. It doesn't record it. I'm fucking stupid because the time I hung up on the phone with him, I sent him a meme that said my head was blown. My dumbass self forgot. I said, oh my god, is it the gold guns, the legendary? Because in games where there's legendary, I thought it was the crate that comes down, and I would automatically assume that is the legendary weapon because legendary weapons shouldn't be easy to get, right? That was my assumption, and I never thought anything else. My dumbass forgot it was the gold guns. I grabbed it and I achieved my trophy. I got my platinum. I'm happy. Yeah, I'm fucking stupid. Comrade, he heard me bitching and complaining for a week about it when the answer was in front of me the whole damn fucking time.
The funny thing about this is I literally, the first time you complained about this, like the first day, you could have complaining to me for a long time, but the first day that you said this, I asked you, are you sure it's that one from the crate and not the gold guns? And you just completely blew me off and kept going with the one from the crate. So I just want to make sure that that's put to the point where Saab doesn't listen to me. He doesn't care about my opinion.
I listened to him. I just assumed in my head it was that, and I had nothing else to.
I also want to point out that when you look at the gold guns, it literally says gold gun. Legendary.
Understand, I'm stupid, okay? But I'm fucking happy, okay? All I gotta say is I'm happy. I got my fucking platinum. It's been a while since I got a platinum, and I'm fucking happy. Also, if anybody's interested, let's see how many people are playing High Guard. So 413, 24-hour peak 563. Keeps getting lower and lower. I'm glad I got my trophy. It's too bad about them. And let's see. I'm gonna show you on the screen. They can't see this because they are blind.
I can't see it. I have no eyes.
Correct. I have put 66 hours in High Guard, so I gave it its time. I'm gonna take a break from it. If it's still alive, I'll play some more. I am moving on right now to Marathon, doing the server slam. I'm giving it more time, and I'm enjoying it. And the best part for me, like I said, is the graphics and the gunplay. I enjoy the gunplay. Like I told Comrade, and he knows I pick on every game. I can't help I was playing games when it was the golden times of FPS. I can't help it. So it's like I've been seeing what the top shooters can be, and I'm not even near that with a lot of these games. Some games can have that taste of the past where it's like, this is good shooting. Yeah, I like it. Just like Comrade. Comrade likes story and lore in his multiplayer games, which I will never get. But he's been playing World of Warcraft. That is the top best lore thing you could go around. It literally is of all time. And the next game I'm gonna finally hit Resistance 3 while playing Marathon. Half, what have you been playing?
What have I been? I've been playing mainly Lies of P. I got past that little mini boss I was bitching about on our last podcast. So if anybody wants to see that, the video is uploaded on YouTube. I literally beat him by the hairs of my chinny chin chin. I had like a sliver of life left, and then
I'm showing some of your gameplay right now on the screen.
Yep, it's in the earlier parts of Lies of P, part 1, and then
Oh, this is a part 2 I'm showing.
Oh well, that's the other part, and then also in part 1, I struggled for a total of 2 hours trying to beat that boss. He's like a centipede, and he has 2 parts. After you beat his centipede form, this like skinny skeleton prophet ugly thing busts out of his stomach, and
Spoilers.
it comes out of his ass, and you have to fight.
The fuck?
You have to fight the prophet. He has 2 sides, so you can attack the prophet that comes out of his ass, or you can keep attacking the front part of his centipede face. And he worked me, man. He worked me, but I think it was mainly
He
because
worked
I was
what?
getting tired.
He worked what? Your ass?
No homo, but he tore my shit up, right? And I think it was mainly because I was tired and I was high, so my reactions was slow and I wasn't focusing, and then I was frustrated, and when I get frustrated I get stubborn, so I would like literally keep running my head into the wall. But anyway, took me about an hour. I didn't beat him on the first episode I uploaded. I mean episode part I uploaded. I beat him on the second part, and then I beat the next boss actually relatively quickly. He only took me a few tries, but I cut that out for the sake of the video. But Lies of P has been very fun. It's like my first Souls game, I consider. I don't consider Elden Ring because I had a bad experience with that. Also with playing it on 30 frames per second, but that's a whole nother story. But Lies of P is a very fun game. If anybody's ever into the Dark Souls series and they think Lies of P has a really cool aesthetic or storyline, especially because it deals with Pinocchio. Pinocchio is a rather dark storyline, with the puppets and everything, and how it's all interwoven together is actually really cool. I would definitely give this game a shot. Yeah. So I've been enjoying Lies of P lately. That's my impressions. What about you, Comrade?
Myself, I have been mostly playing Marathon as well with Saab.
Don't lie! Do not lie!
I played it once with
good.
Saab and
The
Panel
truth.
Classic. I played a few other times on my own, just a little bit. Like I said,
Which
I
is
haven't
like
played very much.
20 minutes, maybe like 10 minutes.
Yeah. I like I said, from the limited amount of time that I played it, I do like I said, I see where Saab's coming from. The solid gunplay is good. I do like it. I love the setting. The setting I like a lot. It's for an extraction shooter. That's the biggest thing. Is like it's just another extraction shooter. I played Arc Raiders. I like the setting of the Marathon a lot more than Arc Raiders. It's a lot more vibrant. It's a lot more colorful. Plus, the futuristic setting of it allows you. I feel like it allows them to do a lot more that Arc Raiders can't do, because Arc Raiders kind of limited itself to being that grounded post-apocalyptic world, versus Marathon. They could really put in and do whatever they really want and just chalk it up to future technology, which honestly I feel like is like much more freeing for them as a developer. The one thing, like, and I told this to Saab disagrees with me on this, I know, but the one thing I don't like about Marathon is the fact that they have like they opted to do like the hero classes basically. where every single character you pick is a different hero basically that has certain abilities and certain passives and that other heroes can't do. And that's the thing that I'm not a huge fan of. I feel like it's limiting in the scope what you can do. So I don't like that. But everything else about the game, like I said, I'm enjoying. Um, and I'll play a little bit more for the server slam. I'll see, like I said, once I play a little bit more, I'll see if I actually want to buy it at full price or not. But right now, I'm leaning towards the. I don't think I'm gonna get it at full price. I don't think I would get it at full price just because there's more opportunities that I can do, but also it limits what you can do, and it upsets me because of that hero classes for the thing. I don't know. That's my take on it so far, but I'm gonna get a little bit more time on it to get a full view on it. That's all I got.
And you got
You guys still
Overwatch.
playing?
You played Overwatch recently.
Yeah.
Anything new you noticed by the patch? Anything you play more tank? Come on, explain.
Sure. I mean, I've been playing some more Overwatch with Luke. Yeah. I mean, I've been trying to do. I've been playing more tank recently. Yeah.
Reinhardt specifically. I love Reinhardt.
No, I hate Reinhardt.
Oh my god,
But Luke
hater.
has been trying to teach me how to play Reinhardt. I'm an atrocious Reinhardt. He's a actually good Reinhardt. I'm absolutely god awful at it. Because Reinhardt is one of the ones that basically is a melee tank.
That's right.
Uh,
You don't like up
in
close
the
and
game,
personal.
well, no, it's not that. It's I like the close and personal. That's fine. The problem is getting close and personal without dying is my biggest issue. So that's my big whole shtick here right now is I like swinging the hammer and bonking people on the head with it. My problem is I can never survive long enough to get to the point where I could start bonking people on the head. And Luke gets very upset at me and very frustrated about that. So maybe one day I'll learn how to actually do it. But that day is not yet. That day is not yet come.
You
He
guys
will
still
be,
playing Arc Raiders?
and when he streams, he will be streaming on his Twitch.
To answer your question, half, I've played not for I haven't played recently, but yes, we still have Arc Raiders. We still play. I know Luke is still playing it quite a bit often.
I saw across my Facebook they added some harder enemies. They got shit that can fly and spit flamethrowers now, and like
Yeah, I
death
think they have a
balls.
whole new zone as well. I believe that's what Luke was telling me.
Yeah, everybody's been like kind of shitting their pants. It's been funny.
Yeah, it's been entertaining. Yeah.
So yeah, I was just wondering. All right, you want to wrap this up, Sob?
Yes. So every reference we have is gonna be in the bottom with timestamps, like and dislike. If you like us, subscribe. Thanks for listening. We appreciate your time. But yeah, you guys got anything else?
Stoop kid's afraid to leave his stoop.
What?
Yeah.
Anyways, Comrade, anything else?
Bye bye. Have a nice
You're a
day.
bitch.